Good morning, day 530. Since 59 hostages have been brutally, barbarically, violently, and inhumanely were kidnapped to the hell-called Gaza by the inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis, monsters of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, UNRWA, the UN, the Red Cross, and just ordinary, regular civilians, innocent Palestinians. We are here every morning to demand this very clear, common sense demand. Let them all go now. Release all 59 hostages immediately, in one phase, in one bus. All of them together out. Or hell is already happening, already starting. Surrender. Do you understand the meaning of surrender? They will not. They will not surrender. They will not release the hostages, no matter what we will do. We gave them a ceasefire for 42 days. That ceasefire ended, and then since then, they would not agree to continue any more ceasefire, any more deals. They did not agree to any of the proposals from the negotiators, for what Israel offered, what American team Steve Witkoff offered, and what the other negotiations teams offered. Hamas continuously to decline. So what the fuck do you want us to do? I'm talking to people in Israel who are criticizing the military operation. I'm talking to the pro-Hamas supporters in the United States. What do you want us to do? How do we get our hostages back? Do we just sit back in Israel, taking out all soldiers from Gaza, and just sit and beg for the goodwill of Hamas to let all the hostages go? Here, we'll stop the war, we will draw everyone, we will take all Jews to Poland. Will then do they give us the hostages back? Hamas are not stupid. People are saying, let's first put the hostages a priority. Let's first get all the hostages, then we will erase Hamas. Like if they don't know it. Like if Hamas doesn't know that's the plan. Like you think they're that idiot to give us all the hostages and they know it's game over for them? They will keep the hostages as many as they can for as long as they can. They give us little by little because meanwhile what they've been doing is rearming, regrouping, and preparing for the next October 7 attack, as they promised you, as they said again and again. So Israel has no other choice. We tried to put other pressure. We tried to stop humanitarian aid. They didn't give a fuck because they have plenty. We tried to stop some illiteracy. They don't care. We have no other choice. Only military pressure, only military action will force Hamas to give us hostages. Because if it wasn't for military action, in the last almost 18 months, we wouldn't have get even one hostage back. Do you think that after October 7, if Israel would not attack Hamas, do you think any hostage would have been returned? Nearly 200 hostages were either being released or rescued by the IDF, and it's all thanks to military operations. There won't be any sitting down to negotiations deal if it wasn't for Israelis' military actions against Hamas. So stop with your ignorance and your stupidity. We have no choice. We don't want war. We don't want more soldiers to be killed and no more innocent people to be killed either. But we want our people back and we want to live. And that's the key word here. Israel wants to live. 7 million Jews living in Israel and nearly 300 non-Jews, mostly Muslims, want to live. And Hamas doesn't want them to live. Hamas has been preparing to launch another invasion. So what do you expect Israel to do? Sit down and beg for the hostages? Fucking idiots! I'm fucking tired of it. I feel like we're fighting all fronts, including our own people in Israel, including our own people here in the US as well. While it's not enough that we're fighting the propaganda machine of Hamas, immediately as Israel started attacking and targeting terrorists and eliminating terrorist leaders, including Hamas, the head of the government of Hamas, the Gazans immediately went out, tweeted this propaganda. How would they know how many killed within minutes? It's impossible to count as many in minutes, especially if you bomb the building and there's all these rumbles and that destruction. How do you get to count nearly 400? And then immediately as they posted, the Western media follow through and posting these numbers and figures as if they're facts. There are propaganda lies of Hamas. The health ministry of Hamas Well, they were not even waiting a second for IDF information to come out, for identification of who are the ones who were targeted. And as always, Israel only targets Hamas. They're targeting the terrorists, they're targeting the bases, they're targeting where they're about to launch rockets at Israel civilians indiscriminately. This is an example how Hamas operates with their propaganda. This is a Gazan man who's been in 3 different videos pleading for help in 3 different videos, and his band-aid is in different locations. How many times that guy got hurt and he's pleading for help in all these 3 different videos. This is Gaza wood, Hollywood. And the West just buys this fucking propaganda as truth, as fact, and slamming Israel and vilifying Israel, and siding with these monsters who celebrated in all these ceremonies that they mocked our hostages, abused them, tortured and abused us, while they were all cheering dead bodies of strangled, like these kids, the Bibas family, who were brutally murdered, not because of military operation, because the family were holding them. The innocent civilians who kidnapped them didn't get enough money for them, so it was too much of a burden for them to hold them, so they killed them, not because of a military operation. And you in the West and some people in Israel are just continuously being the spokesperson of Hamas. Enough. This war was brought on us by Hamas, and Hamas can end it right now if they will release all 59 hostages and surrender. That's all we want. And Israel promised that every day that the hostages will not be released, the war will increase, the attacks will increase. And they're telling Gazans to continue and evacuate, pushing them to the sea. That same sea that they wanted us to be pushed into, now they're getting a reality check. You will never be able to annihilate Israel. You don't have that capabilities. The nation of Israel is the strongest nation that ever existed. We survived these enemies for thousands of years, and we gonna never surrender. We don't care about bad image. Our Prime Minister Golda Meir said it in the 70s. We rather live. We will do whatever we need to live. We will defend ourselves with whatever means necessary, and we will remain the immortal nation that we are. We will continue living between the Jordan River, through Judea and Samaria, to the Mediterranean Sea, and if needed, we will take territory from Gaza. And Am Israel will live forever. Am Israel Chai forever.